Hi there, and welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. This week's discussion topics include anything you think is newsworthy about racism, bigotry, and inequality in America. And as it turns out, that's always everything. So the show is meant to be an opportunity for viewers to speak their mind and also to serve as an educational tool for white people to learn the truth about systemic racism in America, because it is way past time for white America to educate ourselves, about our real racial history. So say hello if you are there. Oh, hello. Hi, Kitchen Politics. Hey there. Facebook suspension for 30 days. What's the first thing on tonight's agenda? Oh my gosh, a rant. I am going to do a rant and then jump in after and tell me what you want to talk about. Okay, I'm happy you're here. Nice to see you. If you're here, don't be shy to say hi. Hi, Neil. Thank you so much for being here and for everything today. Neil helped me tremendously. Okay, so why am I pushing constantly this agenda of education? It's because I believe with all my heart that white people need to be supportive and help break the cycle of racism that we pass from generation to generation. See, the only problem is reshaping someone's thoughts and values and core, beliefs is not a simple task. It sounds, like it's kind of counterintuitive, because you'd think that just telling them would be sufficient, telling them the facts and the truth. Hi, Vernon. I'm so happy you're here. Awesome. You'd think that just telling them the truth would be enough. But there's so many psychological components involved and sociological components involved. It's really complicated. The truth is, America was established and built on a platform larger than any single person. It's a system. It's an agenda whose ultimate goals start and end with white supremacy. And that's a really tough thing to hear if you're a white person and you've been kind of not really with it in regards to what's going on with racism. It's almost like nothing's really changed. It's just changed in form. Stevie, hello. Thank you so much for being here. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. I was going to do a little rant to start. I don't know how you guys feel. And, I'm imagining if you're a person of color, a Black person, or just, somebody who's not like white and in the mainstream majority, I guess you could say, this has been, or if you care and you are a mainstream majority person, but you just really, really care, this has been a nightmare. Trump's been here way too long. The man needs to leave. It's pretty much, I don't know. What do you guys think? My worst nightmare come true. I mean, it's been terrifying. So I've been trying to figure out why these people won't listen, why the people follow him. I mean, I just don't get it. And feel free to jump right in and tell me what you think. Kitchen Politics. Hello. Writer Marianne Williamson is running for the Democratic nomination. She wants 100,000. Oh, yes. I know. She's, oh my gosh. Yes, they're still talking about impeachment, Stevie. Yes. And I have a little inside scoop on that. I don't know if it's inside or if maybe I just didn't hear it, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah. Kitchen Politics. Absolutely. She is hardcore and I love it. Because even if she doesn't win, she's setting a trend, just like Bernie did, getting people to think. I mean, I get the feeling most white folks don't even know what preparations are. I'm sorry. I know that sounds really rude. They probably never heard of the word. So anyway, I've been trying to figure out what's going on with these Trump supporters. And how could anyone with a conscience still be supporting that monster? I don't get it. So, Anton, hello. Thanks for being here. What did you say? You got caught by YouTube again. America's I can't read that, but everyone else can. Stevie, yes, I do know who Tim Weiss is. He's awesome. He's amazing. I want to be Tim Weiss. Kendrick, Hello, thank you for being here. Jump right in, and I'm going to do a little rant and just jump in and ask anything, say anything. And if you get caught by YouTube, then I'll read what I can, because they're being pretty strict, as you may have noted. But, you know, in a perfectly rational world, people who encounter evidence, I mean, this is just, I don't even believe I'm saying this. People who come across evidence that challenges their views, they would, I don't know, this is what most people do, I think, is they first evaluate the evidence and think about it and then adjust their values accordingly. However, in reality, these Trump supporters are not doing it. And it's terrifying. And so I was thinking a lot today. I'm going to do a little rant about what the hell's going on here. Kendrick, politics is overrated. You know what? You are absolutely right. It is so overrated. But you know what? I tell people, and I don't know if I'm in denial or what, I don't do politics. I really don't. I honestly, I can't stand politics. I do social issues. I am issue-based. I care about the humans. Even the word politics indicates that you're going to kind of try to have one over on somebody. I mean, I can't stand it. So I am just hoping for huge changes. So, I mean, we've talked about there are so many influences to why these people will not change. You tell them facts, they don't care, they don't want to hear it. The Dunning-Kruger effect, where ignorant people, it basically is ignorant people credit themselves way more than they should for knowing way more than they should compared to people who actually know a lot of stuff, which is kind of interesting. So the Dunning-Kruger effect is definitely in play. And the backfire effect is the same thing, where people, it's not the same thing, but it just joins in forcing people. It's something about human nature. We want to be right. And even if we're wrong, we just want to feel like we're right, or I don't get it. I'm no psychologist, but the backfire effect is the same thing, where people cling even harder to their incorrect beliefs, even when faced with overwhelming evidence to the contrary. So the wealthiest of our nation use propaganda and false history to stoke the fires of racism and to maintain this social order that keeps them rich and in power. So it's the system. We were built and made from this. And I don't know how we're going to get out of it other than a huge movement. I mean, the people have to, that's what I love to educate people, because the white folks, I don't educate Black folks or people of color. I don't know more than they know. And certainly that's embarrassing. I mean, how the hell would I know what they're going through? I just educate the white folks because it's time for white America to take some responsibility. And the way Trump's brought us back in time, it's been a nightmare. So let me see here. Kitchen politics. Oh, Alabama woman joined. U.S. government says Alabama woman who joined ISIS is not allowed to return. What are my thoughts on that? I have not. I saw that, but I didn't look into it. I don't know. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Kitchen politics, and I want to know what you guys think. So while I'm kind of yapping away, tell me, what do you guys think of that? That's a great question. She's an American citizen. She did a horrible, horrible thing. I don't know. Honestly, not knowing a thing about her background, her age, her influence, and she wants to come back, I think that she should. Let me see her name. It's 24-year-old with a 24. Oh my goodness. I mean, obviously that was the worst horrific choice that she made. But if I have to answer, definitively off the cuff, she deserves a chance to be rehabilitated. I'm not saying she should be in prison or have charges or what have you, but I don't think we're setting a good precedent of humanity if we abandon an American citizen. And I know that sounds really, soft and easy, but the way I look at it is this will set a precedent for who we are as humans. And right now, our culture, we're fucking evil. I'm sorry. American culture is evil. And to make it more humane, we have to be more humane. I'm not saying set her loose on people and, have her be a danger to society, but I'm always going to err on the side of humanity. Always. I guess that's my answer, but thanks for asking. Good. You always have the good questions. Let me see. Stevie, I recently found out the national anthem was stolen from us Brits. Tell me more, because tell me more about that. I think I know where you're going, but I'm not sure. Thank you, Steve. I know you shouldn't be too bummed because the third stanza is pretty racist. So it's not like you don't want to keep that thing anyway. But yeah, kitchen politics. In 2014, through social media, she was for the destruction of the U.S. She advocated violence against the U.S. and its people, and it's been reported. Jamie, hello. Thank you for being here. I'm really like to jump right in and say whatever you want. Here's the thing. Kitchen politics. I get what you're saying, and she sounds like she's got a lot of issues. But in my very opinionated, white privileged opinion, I have to err on the side of doing the right thing. I just have to. That's not that anyone's asking me, other than you. I mean, not like the nation is going to be asking me about my opinion because they don't care. But if I had to choose between right and wrong, I will do the bigger thing. I will do the hard thing, not the easy thing, because anyone can do the easy thing, and that's to be a jackass and say, "Oh, you're out of here. We're going to leave you where you are." I have to do the right thing. And I don't know what the protocol is for that, but the woman needs help. So that's my opinion. That's my take, and I'm sticking to it. Let me see. Kitchen politics. God save the Queen. There's nothing. Hang on a second. I got to move this thing real fast. God save the Queen. There is. Hold it, please. There is nothing near the stars. There's nothing near the Star-Spangled Banner. Explain, Stevie. Okay, I think he wants you to explain what you're talking about. Well, I'm sure he will if he's able to. Neil, she may have lost her American citizenship when she joined ISIS and left the country. I will research it. Thank you, Neil. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the rules are, so it's kind of, I'm not an attorney and I don't know much about it, but thank you for asking. So, you're not going to believe this, but I was reading today, and I found a job application used by the wealthiest people who run our nation. And I think it's going to sound familiar. So let me read it to you, and I want to know what you think. And then we'll get into our subject matter, and we'll go from there. See if this sounds familiar. This is a job description. Okay? Before I start, Mr. S.F. Black, hello. Thank you so much for being here. America knows if they let her Hoda Muthana back in her country, then they'll have to do the same for Asada Kashur, whose only crime was fighting for her people's rights. Yeah, I don't know enough about what, takes someone's citizenship away or that, but please tell us more. I would love to read anything you have to say on the topic. I want to hear what you think. And I'm thrilled you are here, Mr. S.F. Black. So, kitchen politics. Read about Francis. Francis Scott Key. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. I mean, he was a slave owner, and he was completely. He spent most of his life being an attorney against abolitionists, so that people who wanted to stop slavery, he fought them. So, I mean, it's really sick. And basically the racist part of a song, whatever is the racist part of a little poem he wrote is basically he was thrilled to see the black slaves fighting for Britain being killed, murdered. I mean, he was a sicko. Let me see. Kitchen politics. You got caught by white white American woman in Mexican restaurant swears at Spanish. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah. Swears at a Spanish-speaking woman, West Virginia. We are better than this. English is our first language. You need to speak it or get the fuck out. Yeah. You know what? I saw that. Was she? Obviously, not that it's an excuse. Lakeisha, hi. Yay, I'm so happy you're here. I'm not making excuses for her because she's a horrible human being. First of all, what the hell is she doing in a Mexican restaurant? You don't treat people like that. You act respectful. That's unbelievable. She doesn't deserve any food. Sorry. I say keep the food away from her. But also, something's wrong with her. She was like drunk or something's really wrong with her. Her husband looked like, oh God, I would die. Well, you know what? Not to be arrogant, I wouldn't be with somebody like that. I couldn't. I don't even want my plumber or whatever. So, my electrician to be like, I quiz them at the door. And that's my white privilege. And I'm really lucky to be able to do that. To be like, if you're a Trump supporter, I'm sorry. I don't want you near my house. I mean, that's like, talk about privilege. But you know what? Got to do it. And obviously, I'm lucky I can do it. Let me see. Neil, Miss Hoda Muthana is not a U.S. citizen and will not be admitted into the United States. Okay, so she's not a U.S. citizen. Interesting. Thank you for checking that. I appreciate it. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Neil. Oh, kitchen politics. As a professional chef, all I can say, whoa. Okay, I got to go back. All I can say is respect people who serve your food. I've seen this over the years, and it will make you throw up. Yeah, it's people treat people who are in working jobs where they work with the public like crap. And it's almost like they're trying to take their anger out on somebody. And it's like, I'll tell you a really, really quick thing. I consciously, not like, oh, I'm so great, but I mean, I've had to work all these things. I try to consciously be very, very in touch with that kind of thing. You don't know who you're talking to. You know what? And the way American values are, we care about money. You could be talking to the most humane person that ever walked the planet. Because they don't have a $1 billion job, or, I mean, some chefs do, but I mean, I'm talking about like retail or something like that. Because they don't own the place, somebody dares to treat them like shit. Like, it's unbelievable. I once met this guy in Walmart, and he was amazing. He was just amazing. And I kind of talking to him and stuff, and he was a professor at Brown University, and amazing man. And his parents were very ill, and he had to move home and stop his work, and he's doing what it takes. I mean, talk about a good guy. So you don't know who you're talking to, and it's incredibly arrogant and just shows your character. And I better shut up. There's a lot of people talking, which I'm thrilled about. That's a great advice, kitchen politics. I agree. Mr. SF Black. Asada Shakur was a Black activist who is on the most wanted list to this day and has taken refuge in Cuba. Yes. I do know who that is. I saw some. Yeah. Wow. I do. I couldn't quite connect the name, but yes, I saw a thing on her. Yeah. I hope she's having a good life there, but yeah, she deserves to come back. She was, was she the Black Panther? She deserves to. Yeah. That's crazy. Thank you for that. Anthony, hi Mom, glad to see. Thank you. I love you too. That's awesome. Thank you. You're so sweet. Lakeisha, did you hear about the publisher of Mississippi newspaper that said, yes. Oh, I did. And we are almost about to get to that. I'm going to get to that. And I want to hear what you think. It was obnoxious. Lakeisha, show. KKK started lynching Black folks at night with white hoods, racist thugs in plain sight. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. Lakeisha, the KKK, oops, I'm sorry. I already did that one. Kitchen politics. Yes, Lakeisha Bridges. Oh my God, calling for the KKK to go on to Capitol Hill. John Bowner had said in interviews that he knows members who are active members of the KKK. It's disgraceful and disgusting. Yeah, it is. Indentured servitude. Absolutely. I don't get it. But be right back. Thanks, Kitchen Politics. Okay. Oh, Anastasia, Doctor. No, Kim, Secretary of State Pompeo said that about Hoda. Oh, okay. Because I'm getting the information from you guys because I don't know that case. I don't know that case, but thank you. Keep teaching us. We're all here to learn. And I am very happy you're here. Oh, she's been living her best life in Cuba, and she ain't going back and forth with these fools. You know what? I saw her, and obviously I don't know her, but she looked like she was making a really amazing life for herself. But I think part of it is maybe her family is not there. So, but yeah, she really was. So that's right. I'm glad it kind of rang a bell. I get the names confused, but when you said the situation, unbelievable, really unbelievable. So I have this job description that I'm going to quickly tell you about. Tell me if it sounds familiar. Tell me if you might know who these people are working for. Help wanted, racists. Where? Anywhere in the United States. Must have an irrational fear and hatred of Black people. Must honestly believe that Black people get all the breaks, and that is the reason for white people's struggle. This is a job description. Must believe racism ended either with the civil rights movement, when slavery ended, supposedly, or with the election of Obama. You must never admit to anyone that you work for the company. Fox News viewership preferred. No real experience is necessary. In fact, ignorance is actually preferred. Still not sure what the job entails? I mean, this is a job description that anyone who's lived in the United States should know. We have on-the-job training for all with plenty of visible role models at every location. And don't worry about relocating. We need applicants who live all over the US. No experience necessary. Only white people need apply. So what makes this job so special? And I'm reading this job description and it's disgusting because I know exactly what it is and everyone else does too. And this is the job we've been doing as white people in this nation. We're working for free. And the reason the job's so easy is because you won't even know you're working. Gosh, whoever could I be talking about? This job description is the job that every white person in America has chosen consciously or unconsciously or whatever to take. And they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And that is why I am obsessed with educating white folks. Not for them to save the day. Way too late for that. Too late. We're the ones who did this. Why the hell shouldn't we be the ones to support our brothers and sisters who are Black, African American, Indigenous? God forbid we give a shit about our own brothers and sisters of humanity. It's crazy. So that was my little job description. And when you think about it that way, it's disgusting. And you know what? These people don't even know who they work for. They think that they're doing something in their own best interest. Not even close. They are working against themselves and for the wealthiest people because they need racism. They need racism has a symbiotic relationship with capitalism and this relationship to keeping the public order so that the wealthiest people can keep doing their gig. So I'm going to start taking people. Oh, what are we talking about? I missed the first part. I'm doing laundry. Anthony, I just did a rant on, that was a job description of basically what white folks in America do generation after generation because we can't face the truth and I don't get it. So we're talking about I'm ranting and we will be talking about some serious subjects. Let me see. I have missed my spot. Kitchen politics. Hate groups. Yes, kitchen politics. Hate groups have hit a 20-year high amid the rise of white supremacy, according to that report. I saw that report too, and I'm going to mention that later on. It's not a shock. These people are unbelievable. They need education. That's why I appreciate your support so much. I don't tell Black people what to do. My God, that would be like the epitome of arrogance. But I sure as hell am going to try to educate white people. And anyone who supports me in doing that, I am so thankful, because I'll never stop. This is the sickest thing. And I'm crazed. Didn't have far to go. Let me see. They won't even pick up garbage because of their superior complex. Who are you referring to, Lakeisha? I kind of got lost there. I'm sure I'm just out of it, but jump in and tell me what you mean. Neil, you're right. Kitchen politics. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. I read the same thing. Yep. I appreciate you guys are great. Kitchen politics. They have delusions of adequacy, these racists. Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. Yeah, it's unbelievable. From Trump right now to the poorest white person in America. What will they do when we become a majority minority country by 2004? Here's the thing. They're working against their best interests. They're harming our brothers and sisters that we love. They're hurting them. They're killing them. Their actions, their thoughts, their behavior is killing people. And they don't get it. And they don't care. And so it's very, very frustrating, and it's complicated. I just wish there were more people, that work for the county to pick up my trash. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure when you say that, what do you mean? Are you talking about something you're just kind of telling us, or what? I kind of got lost. They won't even pick up our trash because of their, oh, really? The government? Is that what you mean, kind of? Tell me more, because I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but I think I might now. I just don't want to jump in. But yeah, it's unbelievable. Before the election, I had this. I did this kind of serendipitously. My little kid was going to a birthday party up north, and I did a very candid interview at this Trump rally, and there weren't that many people there. It was kind of at the end. I didn't bring her, obviously I would never. I wanted to understand how these people could be thinking. I needed to understand. I wasn't there to humiliate them or embarrass them. And when I watched it back, I looked like I could have been. It's on my YouTube channel. It was not my point. I truly wanted to go to the source. I'm one of those people when I want to know what's going on, with the Muslim world, I go to a mosque. I go to the source as much as I can. But it was the minute I approached the group, apparently the strangest thing happened. I walked right up there, and they were like, "Cool, you must be a Trump supporter." And I was like, I thought, you know what? Maybe we'll just not say anything. I used my white privilege, and I dove right in, and I asked the hard questions, and they kept repeating, "Trump stands for America. Trump stands for America." So I was asking, like, what do you mean exactly? Like, what? Tell me more. And they couldn't really explain what it meant, but it amounts to the fact that they were willing to look past his flaws because he gets it. I mean, it was just so transparent. What does he get, you might ask? He gets what it's like to struggle as a white American. He sees how ridiculous all this reverse racism is. I mean, this is where we were at. And I was like, I tried to keep it cool. But reverse racism and political correctness has become just awful for them. And Trump's going to take back our country. He's like, it's others. In other words, he's a racist like us. That's basically what he was saying. He's a racist like us. It was actually an incredible experience. I was so nervous because during the interview, they were getting madder and madder and madder. And so I was like, I'm an idiot. I actually asked them, if I asked the wrong question, you're not going to like pull a gun on me. And anyway, that didn't go over so well. So I left. But let me see. Got to find my spot. Oh, kitchen politics. It's a form of apartheid, socioeconomic apartheid. I mean, explain. I'm a little bit lost, but I'm used to it. But yeah, definitely teach me, teach everybody. Kendrick, I know Bernie Sanders. He's going to run now. And I have a whole thing on him, and I'm going to just get through some more questions and we'll get to it. And let me see. Kitchen politics. Parental rights of rapists who impregnate thoughts and opinions. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yes, I have. Yes. You know I have opinions on that. What do you guys think? I mean, this seems like, and I'm not trying to bag on you, kitchen politics, but that's disgusting. A lot of people believe that women in America, are just making a big deal about women's issues and women's rights and whatnot. First of all women aren't together. And I'm sorry to say this, most white women do not understand what real feminism is. First tier, second tier, third, fourth, or 10th. You see, they're thinking about themselves. They think, I'm a white woman. I want equality. Real feminism, it includes everybody. It includes women who are transgender. It includes Black women, African American women, Native women, and they don't get it. So, but back to the topic, when you read about child marriage in this country, child marriage, yes, a mom or dad has the right to attempt to force their child to marry their rapist. Look it up. It's the sickest thing. And in 7 states, the age is ludicrously low. I mean, we do not care about our women. I mean, I could go, you got me on a rampage. I could go on and on. We just don't. We don't care. We have one of the worst death rates for women when they have children. We're the lowest country of all the supposed developed nations. We're last. It's unbelievable. So is that kind of what you meant, kitchen politics? I think that's kind of what you meant, but oh, Anastasia, Dr. Kim, honestly, do you think they don't know? Like I've told you before, I've given up on individuals that value their whiteness, whatever race they are, because we have a lot of minorities. Yeah, I don't that value their proximity privilege. I'm done with the presumption of innocence and grace. They know and benefit from it, and why would they want to dismantle it? I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think a lot of them know. I think a lot of them are just idiots. I mean, basically, they are so consumed with their own narcissism and self that they don't, on some level, absolutely, they have to know. I don't know. I don't get these people. I don't get them. That's why I kept trying to talk to them. I wanted to tell me something I could get, something I could grasp and say, okay, I see what they're trying to do. No, they're sickos. They're sickos. And yeah, I mean, the whole innocence thing, like, they don't, I'm not an apologist. I'm not trying to find their excuse. I want to know I'm going to try to break down what they're doing so I can try to I think they're sick. I can help them kind of or come up with my arrogance. I can come up with a solution to make them get this. But I have more questions than answers. They're just, like Jane Elliott says, how would you like to be treated the way we treat Black people in America? Not a single person would ever want that. So you're right. They know. We know. We know, and we don't care. But with education, I'm a dreamer. I don't know. I just think maybe I can get them to care. I don't know. But you're right, Anastasia, you are. It's unconscionable and inhumane. And it is the number one most sick thing about our world. It's all for nothing but greed. Nothing. It's the sickest thing. And people buy into it. Yeah, I don't even know how people do it. I'm a white person and it just enrages me. And I can't imagine how somebody living here. Anyway, I'm ranting. I will keep going. If you are here and on the sidelines, please say hello. It means the world to me that people are here to talk about stuff. And don't be shy. If you say something wrong, don't worry about it. I do all the time. So let me see. Kitchen politics. Socioeconomic apartheid. No chance of climbing the social ladder. And okay, I gotcha. And because of the systemic institutional racism, minorities cannot advance unless you're white. Being white is a huge advantage. Absolutely. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, this system is so much bigger. When I work with some of the white folks that like just are beyond ignorant, but they want to learn, just a little. It just takes a little, because I'm kind of pushy in that way. I will give them information, back off for a couple of days. Give them information, back off so they can digest it and try to make it somehow make sense to them. I don't understand why we won't learn to be human. And yeah, people are going to say I'm mean, I'm cruel, I'm awful, but that's what it is. White people need to learn to be human. And I'm sorry, I'm just speaking the truth. Dr. Anastasia, Kim, even during women's suffrage, they didn't want black men to have the vote. Right, yeah, and it's, yeah. Before white women uphold white patriarchy and paternal, yes. And paternalism, as long as it doesn't affect them. Yeah, they're selfish, narcissistic white women. I was disgusted with the women's marches personally. You don't say you're a feminist if you don't mean everybody. And, you know, I'm all for marching because you have the numbers and all that. But the problem with that is you think you're on the good side of history when you march. And if you aren't actively trying to dismantle and empower black women and women of color, then you're not on the right side of history. And that's just my very white privileged opinion. You are not. I don't care how nice you are to everybody. This isn't something that's going to get solved from being nice to everybody. It's going to stay the same. It needs action. So yeah, I appreciate you so much educating us. Lakeisha, white people love the greed at our expense to live decent, and black people living in inhumane conditions. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I would do anything to try to somehow make it. I don't want my kids to live in a society that has this going on. This is sick. These aren't my values. And I'm sorry to say, you are not a pedophile. And you will never understand why a grown person would touch a child. It's the same thing. Sorry, I just jumped in. Yeah. It's a rabbit hole, and you will exuberate yourself with their alleged ignorance. And you know what? Thank you. I know in the last maybe year, I've stopped as much trying, and I've kind of gone to, I don't care why you're doing it. You need to stop. More like that. Thank you. Right. It's a great analogy. Dr. Anastasia is saying that, like, I can't understand the mind of a pedophile, and I would never touch a child. It's unconscionable. It's sick. It's the same thing. She's saying, maybe stop. It's a waste of time, maybe I think, is that kind of what you're saying? Like a waste of time to get into it, because I'll never get it. I'm lost. I don't get it. I keep thinking, like, I don't know. It's just my arrogance, but because I think, like, if I could just get this, I don't know. I'm ranting. Sorry about that. But thank you so much. I'm so thrilled you're here. Neil, Black African people are fighting back against the white people, including farmers, etc. Tell us more. I love it. I don't want my kids living in this kind of world. I'm selfish. I'm thinking about myself, but it's not right. So, you know, you're right. I shouldn't. Thank you, Stevie. You are so sweet. I really appreciate it. I'm thrilled to have you guys here. So what can we do? What can white folks do to help, to support, not lead, not run the show, but support and educate? Kim, if you can work a smartphone and a laptop, etc., you can work Google, and Google knows everything. Yes, it's a waste of time for me anyways. I'm done educating people because it's too much work. Well, absolutely. And it's not your responsibility. I mean, to be honest, my God, you don't get to be abused and abused and abused, and then you have to teach white people how to be human? I'm sorry, no. And that is why I'm on this kick. Like, a lot of people are like, why are you all into getting white? It's because white people need to give a shit. I'm sorry. They need to become human. And I don't mean that meanly. I just mean that as it's inhumane. It's inhumane to act this way. It's sick and it's disgusting. And sorry, I'm like flipping out here, but yeah, you shouldn't have to. Never. Yeah, never. But anyway, okay, calm. So what can we do? The number one thing is to educate. Educate, educate, educate. And for me, the bottom line is it's our responsibility. We did this. We created this system. We built this system. We benefited from this system. And we damn well better help to try to stop it. And that's just my philosophy. So let me read. Right. And Dr. Anastasia, what you're trying to say, I think, is the information's out there. This isn't some mystery. If you can press a freaking button, you can learn. If you're not learning this, you just don't want to. Is that, not to paraphrase, but yeah. Lakeisha, yes, white women are narcissistic. You know why majority of white men are dangerous? Wait, you know why the majority of white men are dangerous? Because white women have abandoned their sons unfavorable to them because they want daughters. Why the mass shootings? Yeah, I don't know. Tell me more about what you think. I think personally, white women, of all the people who are white, men, women, they of all people should get this. And it is greed and narcissism, and it's disgusting because they aid and abet their white racist husbands by not standing up to them. I've met these people, and I'm not trying to bag on white folks. I really am not. We can do better. We can do better than this. We have to be better than this. That's just my take. We have to be better than this. So, yep. Neil, our education system in America is part of the dumbing down of white people. Oh yeah, Neil, they love it because, that's why you get kicked off the jury if you're like Dr. Anastasia or somebody with, a bit like intelligence. Even if you don't have the degree, if you speak intelligently, they don't want you because they know they can't influence you. And it's the same thing. We could have comprehensive anti-racism, anti-bigotry education in every classroom, K through 12, 5 days a week. And we could teach and unteach this sickness. It's not going to happen. Sure, not going to happen from the top down. Not when every person that gets elected and our politicians are wealthy until we get money out of politics and get these wealthy people, and they're going to fight us. Anyway, I will keep reading. Anastasia, are you telling me you didn't know blackface was wrong? You didn't know KKK is nothing like the... Oh, I know. You don't know there's not a race card for us. Yeah, I know, exactly. It's like when people, right. That's like, I posted something the other day. Great points, Anastasia, Dr. Anastasia. When people say, when you hear some white person is dressed in blackface, and you have to say, well, what year was it? You're just as bad as them. I'm sorry. You don't ask what year it is. It doesn't matter what year it is. It's sick and it's wrong. And it's disgusting. I think that's kind of what you were saying. Yeah, that person that guy that said that the NAACP was he's a fucking moron. I mean, sorry, I'm swearing, but I mean, yeah, he's a ludicrous human being, and the people who keep him in office are just as bad. I mean, anyone who uses this stuff, they don't want to know. It's like they're in this weird denial. But anyway, yeah. Yes, it's not a Scooby-Doo mystery. We don't need Dick Tracy either. Yeah. Stop treating our fellow humans like a piece of shit. Not a mystery. And thank you for your amazing input. It's not, yeah. If you can't figure it out now, you're right. It's a good point. And nobody answers. Nobody says, like, oh, yeah, I want to be treated the way Black people are. Like, everybody knows when Jane Elliott asks that question, there's nobody with their hand raised and just, no, doesn't happen. Robert, the first Swedes who were dark-skinned and blue-eyed had prompted fear and denial on Twitter. The series will start to air on Swedish television this Wednesday. Really? Tell me more. I'm interested in that. That sounds interesting. Robert, why white people get so angry to find out Black people were first? Why? I have no stinking clue. I mean, aren't we kind of like mutations? We're lucky to be here. Is it ego? Is it, yeah, Lakeisha, they're accomplices to the marriage. Yeah. And I'm sorry, if you're a white, yeah, great point, Robert. If you're a white person and your husband's racist, you might as well be racist yourself, because you are. You stand up, you don't stand up and educate him. And I'm sorry, like I say to the kids, you stand and do nothing in the face of evil, then you might as well be the one doing it. The white women, they're not innocent. I'm sorry. Lakeisha, jealousy. Yeah, that's like bad self-esteem or something. I don't know. Anastasia, the mass shootings are about control and emotional governance. As a Black person, I know there are consequences for us anyway, but in this society, white men are seen as boys and little Black boys. It's kind of interesting. I would love your take, Dr. Anastasia, and everybody's, on why these white men who are the privileged of society are so angry and shooting up people and doing all this. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. But I know there's probably no answer. Robert, white people need to know that it was a white person who started the NAACP. White people need to know a lot. And that's why I threw together this one video of the 4 role models that I found. And I seriously want to send it to Trump and go, like he'd ever look at anything I did, and go, these are your role models, not Hitler. These are your role models, not Putin, not Kim Jong-un. These are men. I found 4 white men who, they're bold and they get out there and they talk about it and they study and they read and they're into lifelong learning and they have the spotlight. It makes me so happy. There's 4. I found 4. I'm sure there's more, but I mean, these are the role models we need for white men. Let me see. Anastasia, are seen as grown men. Yes, there we go. I was wondering where that left off. Yes, you're saying that little boys are seen as grown men, and it's true, and it's very, very upsetting to me. We all know that even the police, they habitually will think a Black child is older, like 2 years older. I don't know if I'm sure that kind of thing. Like, they think your child is older and should be doing a certain thing, and they treat little Black boys like they're men, they're children. It's crazy. I used to work, when I worked in Compton, during the time of the LA riots, I had 36 kids in my class, half boys and half girls, and my little boys were the sweetest, they were little boys. Like, can we touch your hair? They were like so sweet. I loved them, and I will always love them. And people fall for this. It's terrifying. But yeah, I got what you're saying. So let me see here. Oh, yes. So Anastasia, are seen as grown men. Little Black girls seem as grown women, and it's unbelievable. It's like a phenomenon. When I see these kids, and people look at them as somebody's 12 years old, that's a child. I'm sorry, that's a child, but not the way they're treated. They look at them as somebody they can push their power on and harm. We are really, really fucked up in America. Just our culture, and it's really upsetting. Let me see. Anthony, hate is like walking death. It kills you inside. Yeah, and part of the thing is this, and I'm not trying to be too on a rant, but I have friends who are scared to leave their house, okay? Because they live in such a racist area. They're afraid, and I don't blame them. I have friends, one of my friends walks right to his car and gets in. He doesn't check out the neighborhood. He lives in a really nice area. Nope. Because he knows. I mean, it's a crime against humanity, and I never hear people saying that. I know in my heart that systemic racism is a crime against humanity, because if it doesn't literally kill you or disable you for life by being shot or by a police or whatever, it stops your quality of life. It makes every single thing like you can't escape it. I don't know. The white folks don't get it. You always have to wonder why they're staring, or wonder you didn't get invited to a party. I mean, everything. I don't know. And some people deal with it way better, but I wouldn't. I hate it. It's destroying people's quality of life, and these white folks don't even get what they're doing to people. Neil, the NAACP founding members included white progressives, Mary White Ovington, Henry Moskowitz, I'm killing these names, sorry, William English Walling, and Oswald Garrison Villard. Yeah. I did something the other day, which is I've never done in my entire life, because my theory is this. It's my own theory from nothing. I'm sorry. There is no way that just because everyone was doing it in the days where they chose to take human beings and force them to be slaves, there is no way they didn't know what they were doing. I'm sorry. No way. I don't care if everyone's doing it. I think about today. I don't give a shit if everyone's doing it. I don't do it. And I'm not special. I'm just anybody. There's no way. And I thought there had to be abolitionists back then that cared. And I actually started crying. It was very emotional because I had never read about an abolitionist before. I don't know why. My education was horrible. And anything I do, I have to read myself. I've never read about an abolitionist. And I did. And I just needed a little hope. Just a little. I needed a little hope. Just to know, to confirm that humans are humans. We haven't evolved and changed that much. They knew what they were doing, and they did it anyway. And today, it's the same thing. So, kitchen politics. I'm dreaming of a way to. Am I supposed to be reading this kitchen politics? Oh, okay. It's a quote. Whew. Okay, you scared me. I was like, I'm dreaming of a way to help you. Sorry. We'll move on. I'm dreaming of a way to kill almost every last person on Earth. White nationalists plan mass terrorist attack, government says. Christopher Paul Hansen is his name. Tell us more. Educate us. Kim, they do it. I think this is what you're saying. They do it because they can. I just lost your. There we go. I lost Anastasia Doctor. Kim, because they can. Babe, white people are allowed to be angry, allowed to show emotion, simply allowed to live. And that's why, as a Black person, I should not make white people feel uncomfortable. And you know what? That makes me sick. You don't owe anything to white folks. One of my close friends, I keep bringing him up because he's a good friend. When I met him, we became such good friends. And I took a really big risk. And I said something to him that I would never say to somebody that I didn't feel really, really close with. And I said, I have an observation. Please don't hate me. But you spend your day making white people feel comfortable. And he goes, it was like a revelation. He was like, oh my God, you're right. I said, stop it. I was like, you don't have to, like me telling him, I'm giving him permission as a white person, just an observation. Because it's sick. that he can't be angry because then he's the angry black man. It's like, no, how about there's something to be angry about? And he damn well can be angry. And it's just, yeah. So what you're saying, yeah, it's, and I took a big risk saying that because it's not my place. But it just was killing me watching him torment himself, making everybody, because he lives in an all-white area. He's bending over backwards to make these people feel comfortable. I said to him, and this is just my opinion, they should make you feel comfortable. They should be the one making you feel comfortable, not the opposite. And it's easy for me to say, but I think, it was it turned out he was gracious and nice and he was really sweet about it. But that just, thank you for explaining. I hope any white folks watching today or in the future hear this conversation. You can't even have your real emotions. That's not fair. It's not fair. It's just not. So, Dwayne, hello. Thank you for being here. The way of life for white men it's going away. Whiteness as the majority is going away in this country, and we're becoming more brown with each generation. Yep. And it's a good thing. This cannot happen fast enough, in my very opinionated opinion. It's disgusting. And one of the things I try to do is the first group that I ever started online was basically a compilation of people from every single walk of life that they would never normally meet, like a person who was born transgender, a person who's black, a person who's Quaker, a person who's agnostic, a person who's homeless. So getting these people that literally you would live your entire life and not know them ever and not get their plight, becoming friends. Because you don't shit on your friends. Sorry, that's kind of gross. You don't do rotten things to your friends. And when we become friends, it changes everything. And maybe I'm being simplistic, but I truly believe that this segregation, it's all purposeful. It's all purposeful. Because when you meet somebody who's something else that you're not, you learn they're human. You actually learn that they're a freaking human, just like you. And this is my take. But I will read more. Dwayne, that was a very thoughtful thing to say, and I agree with it 100%. Oh my gosh. Kitchen politics. He's a U.S. Coast Guard lieutenant. It was reported today by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland. Oh, okay. Thank you, kitchen politics. Anastasia Doctor, in my opinion or in my oppression, what Cory Booker said about putting ourselves in their shoes is not a farce for many white people, and a lot of black people are conditioned to act accordingly. I remember him saying that, and I think, I don't want to misquote because my head's kind of spinning, but yeah, I mean, you're saying that he said, put yourself, I mean, that's such a simple, that's what we tell our children. It's called having empathy and it's called being human. And we need to practice being human, and white people need to practice being human. Because right now, as a whole, as a group, not even close. So, but yep. Mentoring 42. Hello. AOC is blamed for Amazon treating New York, but Bezos was terrified of union talks. Queens Senator Michael Gianaris, one of several primary political opponents, is white, and he's not being attacked. Like, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about the whole thing with Amazon? And boy, I'm seeing so many mixed opinions on that. Tell me exactly what you think and help educate us. I really appreciate that. Mentoring 42, thank you. Because that's kind of interesting. Anthony, it gives them an excuse to abuse others. Hate is a terrible beast. I just don't get how they live with themselves. And it's not like, oh, I'm so perfect or something. But definitely have, I don't know, maybe I was born with more feelings. I don't get it, but I don't get how these people live, watching their fellow humans suffer and doing nothing, knowingly doing nothing or adding to it. Just anyway. Let me see. Kitchen politics. Good point, Anthony. I mean, if you want to take out your anger, it's a great target. It's like scapegoating. It's like bullying, I guess. What do you guys think? Bernie raised $6 million $6 million in 24 hours. Kamala Harris raised $1 million in. I know, it's awesome. Other candidates far less. The MSM trying to block tweets promoting Harry. Yeah, we gotta really help people become aware of, like we talk about North Korea with propaganda. People get really pissed at me when I say they got nothing on us, because we are way here like thinking we're all arrogant and all knowing. And the truth is that is exactly how you get duped. White America has been conned and made the fool for centuries. And I get what's going on in North Korea, and it's horrific. But we have our own propaganda, because we are so holier than thou with our white Jesus, and we don't even look in the mirror and realize it's disgusting. But Lisa, yay! Hi, sorry to drop in so late. Not at softball mom. That's so cool. That's awesome. I am thrilled you're here. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Jump on in and say what you want to say. Thank you for being here. Let me see here. Anastasia Doctor. I watched the Fox News report on the Coast Guard officer, and they were showing, I cannot pronounce his name. Jesse, somebody needs to call me and tell me how to pronounce his name. I was asking people today. Smollett. During their reporting, I'm like, it was purposeful and purposely done, and now there's some racists. Let me go back to, you must be continuing, thinking a black guy was hunting black people and Democrats down. Yeah, are you talking about that case where, interesting. Tell me more, because I didn't watch that Fox News part of it. I just saw, right when I was starting this talk thing today, I just saw that they're charging him or whatever. They're charging him. So I didn't really catch most of it. But so are you saying Fox News is spinning it? That's why you need to be on the show. Fox News is spinning it, or I don't. Tell me more, because yeah, it's kind of crazy. Let me see. Kitchen politics. Hello, Lisa. Oh, cool. Sweet. Can someone recap the topics tonight? Oh, okay. We haven't even gotten there. All I did was a crazy, crazy rant for why white people are doing this and all the things that they're doing, blindly doing. And I was just going to start talking a little. There's so many reasons to educate. If you're, I was just going to go over, and then we'll start the topics immediately. So you didn't really miss me blabbing, and maybe I should be quiet. But anyway, the number one thing white folks can do is educate themselves. Don't fall for the Dunning-Kruger effect. Don't think you know everything. It's a lifelong journey, and we white people, if we choose to take it, will never get there. Drop your ego at the door and realize you don't know everything, and you probably don't know much. Don't shy away from information that is counter to what you believe in. Face it and analyze it. Give yourself time to process the information as you're learning. And this is just advice for white folks who say, I want to do something. I want to help them learn. As a white person, we need to educate other white people, to empower, not to lead, not to run the show, but empower, so that we can stop this and we can help support real equality. So if I could give any advice to white folks, I would say, and I do, learn the classic cliche denials, be able to rationally explain these denials, and when someone brings it up, do not stay silent. Be appalled, as you should be, and jump in and teach. And you might not get them to care, but the people around you will see, wow, that person's not that person's not accepting white supremacy. That person isn't going to stand and do nothing while their fellow human is being abused. We're not saviors, but we need to open up our mouths and start using them to support and help, because this is ridiculous what we have going in this culture. Sorry. And the truth is, the wealthiest elites do not want you to be doing this. They don't want us to know the real racial history, because how can they keep us racist that way? Because once you know the real racial history, you'll understand about redlining. You'll know about the Holocaust, Devil's Punch Bowl. You'll understand that your town was probably a sundown town. And let me tell you, mine was. You'll understand the origins of police. You'll get why every time something like Black Wall Street comes about, we destroy it out of jealousy and greed and a sick, sick racism. We destroy it. Whenever historically Black folks start really doing well, we can't handle it. It's disgusting. I mean, look at the backlash, President Obama. Need I say more? If you are a white person and you don't understand Emmett Till, you don't understand Black Wall Street, you don't get chattel slavery, you don't get the cycle of poverty that we use for our tax code so that people who live in low-income areas, their children get worse education. That's disgusting. Their children should get better education so they can, it's just a cycle. Anyway, so today we are going to, I have a couple things planned, but I will talk about whatever you want about Bernie Sanders running, Trump's fabricated state of emergency and why it kind of is important, the newspaper article about the KKK, which was like, we might as well be living in another era. The guy's disgusting. He needs to leave. Trump's interference with the Cohen investigation and the American foster system and human trafficking. And let me get to some questions. Kitchen politics. So I hope that was a little bit of a recap. Anastasia, thinking a Black guy was hunting Black people and Democrats down. Oh my God. I don't know how I missed that. Wow. Lakeisha, 40 years from now, AWBA, America will be Black again. Good one. I've never heard that before. Awesome. Kitchen politics. Oh, recap. Socioeconomic apartheid in America. OAC and Amazon deal collapse. Angry white people, privilege, etc. Oh, that's pretty good. Good one. Thank you. What people forget, Anthony, is that the world is brown. Yep. Anastasia. I don't know if you read Paul Laurence Dunbar's We Wear the Mask. If not, please do. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to go back and write all this down. And Aryan Brother. Oh, wait a second. Oh, oops. Very funny. Let me see here. Interesting. And I lost my spot. I'm so sorry. I lost my spot. I lost my spot. Hang on a second. I'm going back. I'm going back. That's so funny. Aryan Brother. That is too funny. I might need some help. I think what we're going to have to do is just ignore them, since this is not letting me say bye-bye. Unfortunately, and let me get my spot back. Anastasia. Kim, no beg. He was telling Black people to put themselves in white people's shoes. Oh, that's right. He's saying that we should feel bad for what it's, oh my God. That's right. Okay. Thank you. I knew it was something. That's right. Oh my God. It's all coming back to me. Maybe I repressed that. That was ludicrous. And here's the thing. As a white person, I don't get to tell them that's ludicrous, even though I just said it's ludicrous. I mean, it's just, to me, it's not even funny. But here's the problem. I'm a white person. Even when a person of color, a Black person, says something that is just unbelievable like that, it's still not my place to say anything. I get to tell Black people how to feel. Even if I think, are you kidding me? You are not saying that. I remember, that's right, you're right. I remember thinking, maybe I read it wrong. I think I read it twice. Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate it very, very much. Let me see here. Kitchen politics. Thank you, Anastasia. You're awesome. Native Americans trust the American government. Now they have, yeah, really? Do you feel like they do or did? Oh, it's a joke. Okay. Okay, I get it. I missed the joke part. Kitchen politics. I'm like, really? I don't think so. Dwayne, here in Nashville, we're getting Amazon. I think they should be paying taxes, period. Yes, they are providing jobs in our area, but geez, they should be paying something. Yeah, I mean, corporate welfare is something that people need to be aware of. People who work 40 hours, 50 hours at a low paying job, and they're working their ass off, and they can't make ends meet. They can't feed their family. And so they have to go on welfare working their ass off. And these wealthy companies will not pay a living wage. It's disgusting. And yeah. Oh, the Jussie Smollett guy. Yes. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. But yeah, I saw that breaking news as we were coming. Appears to have, yeah. Thank you, Lisa. He appears to have hired 2 friends to attack him. She's not. Oh, please check, Anastasia. Please check Kay Harris' record. She's not a friend, especially not to Black people. Beto isn't either. He was aligned with the Blue Lives Matter. Was he really? I heard something about him. And with Bernie, he needs to have a Black agenda. Yeah. Are you saying that Bernie's okay, but he doesn't really have a set kind of thing in mind to tell what he's going to do for Black people, kind of? Because I listened to him a lot trying to figure out, since he said he was running, and I wasn't sure what, I didn't get that either. So, okay, I'll check out Kay. I will. And I did hear that about Beto, and I was really sad. So he's off my list now too, I guess. Mentoring 42. Oh yeah. I could wake my engineer to help me, possibly. But let's just ignore them, because you know what? Maybe they'll learn something. Doesn't faze me in the least. Let's see, kitchen politics. Show with it. CNN gave her 20 minutes. It's a start. Better. I'm skipping somebody. I'm so sorry. I'm skipping lots of people. Okay, silly me. Oh, okay. Let me back it up. Yeah, don't worry about it. Unless they have a Black agenda, they're not getting my vote, period. I learned from Obama, a Black face is not enough. I refuse to vote on emotion and symbolism. Thank you for that. You see, when you say stuff like that, that teaches me, and that is a gift. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Okay. Kitchen politics. I encourage you to look up Marianne Williams. Oh, I bet she knows about her. I bet. Yeah, she's like, but yeah, she wants to, the woman who's going to, her first agenda was reparations like you have never, she said that for what did she say, like every 10 years? I can't remember what it was, but yeah. I was saying, Anastasia, I was saying that as they were reporting on the Coast Guard guy, the imagery in tandem with the report was a Black guy, and Jussie Smollett was that guy. Interesting. Lakeisha, you mean trillions of dollars in reparations? Yeah. I mean, the whole reparations thing is unbelievable. But you know what? It's par for the course. For some reason, this nation, is a murderous bully to Black people. And I don't get it. Kitchen politics. I saw that, but of course she will not be getting any airtime because she has a black agenda and that's not trending. I saw it too, and I was like, whoa, that is really cool. Katrina, thanks for having a voice. United we stand. Oh, hi, Katrina. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled you're here. Jump in and say anything you wish. Jump right in. Lisa, we need to start demanding Williamson have a seat at the table. That's actually a really good thought. That's a really good thought because people are acting like, oh, she's so out there. Are you kidding me? See, we allow this all to be normalized. What we've done and continue to do to our Black brothers and sisters is disgusting. As I said earlier in the show, it's a crime against humanity. It's an ongoing crime against humanity that nobody will face who's white. And it's sick. Where am I? Yeah, actually, Lisa, that's a really good idea. I don't know, like I'm not following her on social media or anything like that, but I should probably start. And yep. Kitchen politics. Trump threatens to release ISIS fighters if the EU doesn't accept them in their prisons. Oh yeah, I didn't hear that. Wow. Yeah, well, Trump does not give a shit about the people. He doesn't care. Kitchen politics. CNN gave her 20 minutes. It's a start. Better than nothing. I expected her to be in the top 3 in New Hampshire primary, up there in the Iowa caucus. She's not a one-trick pony by any means. Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, if you think about Bernie for good or for bad, he's been having this agenda for 20 years, and now everyone's trying to kind of jump onto this progressive thing. So, I mean, even getting somebody in who people start talking about will be worth it. I mean, I don't know. We are so behind. I don't see how we can be so technically advanced, yet so humanly, we're going backwards. I don't get it. Let me see. Anastasia. Let me see. Sometimes it scrolls up. That's why I'm missing my spot here. Anastasia asks, Dwayne, what kind of job and what type of condition is the issue? Lisa, Bernie tends to speak in general terms, more of a lift all boats kind of guy, and I hope he distinguishes himself a little more. I saw something today that I'm actually kind of wanting to talk about right now and see what you guys think. He went on and it was interesting. I'm not tooting any politician's horns. I don't know, but it definitely was interesting, and I'll bring it up and see what you guys think. Thank you, Lisa. That's very, very good point. That's so funny. That's the next thing I'm going to jump on. Mentoring 42. Democrats are saying that Trump's administration has been interfering with the investigation of DeVos. She has contributed millions to the GOP through the years, but she favors charter schools. Yeah, she's disgusting racist. Sorry, I like to keep it real. She's disgusting. Of course she does. And please don't hate me for this. She's a religious fanatic. She's taking those kids, those children. I can't even talk about it. Anyway, we'll get into it later. But yeah, she's kitchen politics. Anti-gay Christian activist Kim Davis thinks taxpayers should pay her $22,000 in legal fees. She was the woman, I remember who she was. She was the woman who refused to marry gay people in Tennessee. Who are these sanctimonious, arrogant people? My God. Dwayne, Anastasia Doctor, yes, that is the issue. Kim brought up the question of not paying taxes. Lisa Williamson, $10 billion in reparations, $1 billion in reparations a year. Yeah, I remember there was like a pattern or something. I remember what she said, and I was like, wow, somebody who actually is catching on. I'm just not used to white people talking that way. So I don't even know if she was a white person. I think she is, but I heard her, but I thought she was. given to black leaders to do with, yeah, you know what? It's a hell of a lot better than other people who have no agenda for black people. None. They just don't get it. But Gannerts. Oh my God. Okay. I will move on. Very funny. Mr. F.S. Black. Every president has a black agenda until they're in office, which is why I have no faith in the electoral process. Yeah, well, most white presidents, they have a black agenda, all right. It's called white supremacy. I mean, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yep. Mr. F.S. Black. Anyone with a genuine desire to help black people would have never been allowed in office by those who really run this country. Yep. Yep. Facts, Anastasia. Facts. Yep. Neil, 100%. Yep. 100% right. Lisa. Bernie does say he thinks his VP should be a woman and maybe from a more diverse background. Oh, okay. That would be amazing. I hate to say it, but he is so much older, and I think it really is going to matter who his VP is. I really do. I'm not trying to be ageist or whatever, but I mean, he's an older guy, and they say like the presidency takes 10 years off your life anyway. So I'm just laughing because it's sick. Oh, I just want someone to come in, and we're at this pivotal time where we've seen the dark, sick, like Darth Vader side of life, having Trump, the de facto leader of the modern KKK. And we're at a point, I don't know if you heard about this, guys, but if you read like historical stuff, they say like when a country, a capitalistic type country becomes 200, 250 years, it never lives. And it either turns this way or that. And I don't know. It seems like that's true. Anastasia Doctor. Bernie and AOC want to lump us all together, and that's BS. We are not the same as Hispanics, Asians, etc. I refuse to be treated as such. Bernie says reparations will be divisive, but they weren't. Yeah, I did not know that. I absolutely disagree with him 100%. Not that it is any of my freaking business. As a white person, it is not my place to say who gets reparations and who doesn't. But okay, let me wrap that back a little bit. It's none of my, I don't get to like have a say in it because it's not about me. Okay. Obviously I'm completely pro reparations, but, and I was not happy with AOC when she said that what a slap in the face. My God. I think that's what you're talking about. Like when she said, oh yes, and we can just like spread the love. No. There is nobody in this nation who endured what Black Americans have endured. And I'm not trying to be cold. As a group, there's no comparison. No. I when she said that, I was like, breaking news, Jesse Smollett charged with felony for paying 2 friends to beat him up. Yeah, that's extremely upsetting. Hi, Katrina. It's like you maybe pulled a retracted comment. Kitchen politics, 220,000 or 22,000. You must be talking to somebody because I'm not sure what you mean. Dwayne, Kim Davis, Kentucky. Thank goodness, not Tennessee. But we are not much further behind it. Dwayne, you're like, don't blame that on us. Good one. Thanks for clarifying that. Dr. Anastasia, when given the Holocaust victims of the Japanese internment camps or Native Americans, I'm done with it. Corey and Harris are non-issues to me because they're just playing the game. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's like they're sucking up to the white man or whatever. I don't get it. I don't get it. Politicians are supposed to stand up and have a backbone and speak out and do the right thing. And who cares if they get out of office? They're doing the right thing. You can't go in there. I don't know. But yeah. Anastasia, I thought Trump was going to pay all the legal bills. Guess it's like Mexico paying for the wall. Yeah, right. Trump's going to do nothing for himself. Filing a false, Kitchen Politics, filing a false report in Illinois is a class 4 felony that's punishable by 1 to 3 years in prison. Dang, I did not know that. Thank you, Anastasia. And in regards to these Black leaders, like who chooses these people? Whiteness is an attitude, not a race. So if they actually pick someone besides Dr. Claude Anderson, I want no part. Yeah, that is kind of a weird, the white leaders. I don't know. This is stuff. Choices for Black Americans need to be made by Black Americans. Okay? Not white people. It's not our place. We've done enough damage. And it's hard collectively as a group. That is what they do, not us. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, like, I'm not really, it's none of my business. I just need to teach white folks. It's not my place to say what I think will save the day. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, Mr. F.S. Black. Jesse Smollett, a slap in the face to every Black man and woman in America, and has faced violence in the name of white. Yeah, that got almost retracted. Let me see if it'll come back. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. He did a really horrible thing, because and I don't want to speak for you, but I think it's pretty basic. What he did was he took away everything that's, he cheapened everything that's real about racism and all this stuff. He gave ammunition to it's all a lie. I mean, he cheapened every person who's ever been he harmed people by doing what he did. I don't know him. I don't know why he did that, but it's an awful thing. Lisa, Anastasia, I think Williamson's position is that it's not up to white people to choose. Okay, yeah, I don't know much about her, but thank you for that. Anastasia, they will probably pick a fake pastor or a pundit that is simply in blackface. Not all kinfolk are kinfolk. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They need to pick somebody educated like you. I'm serious. It's like white people are going to do whatever they can to make sure. And of that, I know. They're going to make sure at every turn that Black folks do not get equality. And it's disgusting. And unfortunately, I guess there's some people who've bought into it who aren't even white. I mean, I don't get it. Anastasia, Lisa, but I'm still nervous because what Black leaders and who decides what? That, yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. It's kind of, I don't know. I just know that when white people are involved, it's not their place. It's just, I don't know. I guess what I try to tell white people, it's our place to support. We don't know better than the people who are living it themselves. And it's just this arrogance. Dwayne, y'all, I got to go and get to bed. I got to run to family. Dwayne, I am thrilled you were here. You are wonderful and such an incredible friend and support to me. Thank you so much for being here. And sweet dreams. And Anastasia, good night. It's just like when 45 wanted to talk to alleged Black leaders. He talked to Cayenne and Steve Harvey and Ben Carson. Come on, give me a break. Yeah, it's a farce. It's a show. It's a show. I see what you're saying. Absolutely. Anastasia, Lisa. I don't know the details of Williamson's proposal, but she's all about national healing. Yes, I got that from her as well, from her interview. It is interesting that she is even bringing it up. Well, in this day and age of extreme, overt, open, proud white supremacy, I was kind of shocked that somebody did that. I was happy. I don't know the details, but God, I mean, it's so past time. Thank you. Great point, Lisa. Neil, white racism, in my opinion, is like men telling women that they can and can't do with their body. Yes, exactly. It's like, I'm sorry. You don't get to say, especially white people. We caused these problems. We did this. I mean, that's a great analogy, but I mean, maybe even more so. We did this. And obviously, I don't think men should be telling women what to do with their bodies, but I mean, if it's your husband or it's somebody who has a stake in what you're doing, I mean, but yeah, they don't know better for us. If it's some politician, no, they don't know better. Anthony, Americans lose $20 billion a year in lost productivity to racist policies, and that's an unreal amount to lose. And you know what, Anthony? I, as a very white person who has a very white opinion, I think it's more. I think it's more than that. I think it's more. I think the amount, if this nation, God, could ever just stop this insanity, it would be amazing. Amazing. Anastasia, thank you so much for being here. You are just amazing and wonderful. And please come on here and co-host it with me sometime. And thank you for your incredible intelligence and just everything. This is such a crazy time. We just have to keep fighting. And thank you. You're the best. Robert. Oh, say Jesse did lie. Let's not say, think that everything from point is on. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I think this is what you're saying, Robert, is that he lied, but and I know white people who want to jump on that will jump on it and say, oh, you see, and you know what? Sampling of one is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Sampling of one. And that's what they do, because people who, the white racist people, and I don't speak for them. God knows I do not speak for them. But they have nothing to back up their point of view other than their freaking haters. There's no logic behind it. It's against their best interest. They are so consumed in their hate that they will absolutely pick sampling of one out of a billion and think that's the way it is. It's good night, Anastasia, if you're still here. But yeah, that's what they'll do. I'm not sure if that's what you meant. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kitchen politics. Embattled white supremacist Representative Steve King sent letters to Speaker Nancy Pelosi as part of his campaign to lift his punishment for white supremacists' remark. I hope she rejected it. Censor him. Yeah, there's no apologizing for that crap. You can't apologize for the way you think. You can't, because it's the way you feel. You feel a certain way, makes you think a certain way, and God forbid, it probably makes you act a certain way. Sorry, no apology. It's not okay. Katrina, do you think it will be a time where personality will come before racism? Still trying to believe in humanity. How do you? What makes you care? I'm glad you do. Thank you, Katrina. I won't get too into it and make it all about me, which I love to do. Hey, I'm a white woman, but I noticed it when I was little. Didn't know what it was. Nobody told me. I thought I wasn't meant to be here. Simple as that. I didn't understand why the white people were ignoring it and were pretending it didn't exist and were pretending they didn't see it. And so I thought I was imagining things. And it was when I was 12, I figured it out. And it was the best revelation, because I thought I was just not meant to be here, because these people, I walked by a man who was black, who was homeless when I was 5. And people walked right by him. And he needed us. And I knew he needed us because I was a little kid. And nobody helped. And I know they saw him. And it was just, I needed to know that I wasn't crazy, that it's real. And so there's nothing more important to me. I don't want my kids living in this disgusting culture where we harm our fellow humans. We are on this planet for such a short amount of time. We're not even a grain of sand in a huge timeline that's forever. Why do we have to hurt people when we're here? Why? So I could go on and on. But anyway, thank you for asking. That's really sweet of you. Let me find my place. And the answer is, I hope so. Because hope, to me, hope is the strongest emotion. If I can just keep a little hope. Like I looked up the abolitionists from long ago. I was really in a bad place. And I looked them up and I literally had tears because I'd never read about abolitionists. And I knew in my heart of hearts, I'm not buying this crap about people back then, that was just what everyone was doing. I'm sorry. It was inhumane now and it's inhumane then. I'm not buying it. Like, humans are different. They knew exactly what they were doing. And it's sick. And it's, anyway, so I told you I'd keep blabbing. Shans, hello. Hello. Thank you for being here. I think I skipped somebody. Oopsie. No, I didn't. Nope. Yay. Okay. Neil. Katrina Quick, in my opinion, no, because our so-called government's goal is to keep us divided. I agree with you, and it would be a wonderful thing if we did unite. Yeah. Katrina, I hope someday we'll evolve. I'm talking about white people, because right now we're inhumane. We are not acting human as a collective. I think there are people who are trying, and I'm not doubting that, but this is not something we should be rewarded for. This is called being human. If we can't think and learn and do all this stuff and act like humans and love our fellow, their brothers and sisters, we're all related, then, that's pathetic. So I sure hope so, because the minute white folks get a life and catch on, they are working against their best interest, and we unite, it's over. It's going to be ugly, but this nation is going to be forever changed, and we're not going to take the route that Trump wants us to take, the little sicko that he is. Anyway, I'm blabbing. So let me find my spot here. So inequality is at an all-time high. The middle class is disappearing. Like, I need to tell you this. The federal government is being run by white supremacists who openly encourage the white masses to blame people in historically marginalized groups for their struggles. Essentially, to blame Black people. They're bullies, and it's disgusting. The top 1% of wealthy people in America own more than the bottom 90%, and it's only getting worse. Bernie Sanders, love him or hate him, is trying to run, and he's announced his he's going to run for the presidential race. He wants to defeat Trump, but he also wants to bring a message that he said that we need to transform our economic and political system so it reflects the needs of the working people, not the 1%, not just the 1%. He's raised, like Kitchen Politics said, he's raised $6 million. He's in 24 hours. People like him. He's different. He's not perfect. But he talks about a lot of the issues. He's not perfect, but at this point, look who we have. Oh my God. It's like, let me just back it up. I backed up too much. Sorry about that. Okay. Katrina, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're here. I really am. Kitchen Politics. Cult religion of Trump, child of Reaganism or son of evangelistic Christian movement conservatives, question mark, maybe a lot or both. Are we seeing the last desperate gasp of racism in America? That is a fantastic question. What do you guys think? It's a fantastic question. I don't know. I mean, it's terrifying that we're at an all-time high right now for KKK membership, and these people are fucking crazy. Okay, yes. Ooh, I said it. Sorry. I like to just be real. Sorry, I swore. Anthony, time to go to bed. Oh, love you, Mom. Keep up the good work. Thank Anthony. You're amazing. I'm so thrilled. I hope you're probably already gone and gone to sleep because I took so long. I need you, actually, because there's nothing I'd rather be doing than trying to talk to everybody and just help people get this. It's not rocket science, and you guys know that. So I want to get the white people to care. Thank you so much. Sweet dreams, Anthony. Neil, and Anthony, I'm thrilled that you come. You have no idea. Neil, white America is fascinated with hate and violence. White people are like barbarians. Yeah, I feel that way too. I don't get it. We conquer, and I just don't get it. I should stop trying to get it because I don't get it. Yep. Why do we do these things? Lisa, Katrina, quick. I don't think so. Even if we are wiped off from some other ism, it will take its place. Maybe, Lisa, I don't want to speak for you because I don't want to speak for you, but maybe humans have some sort of, I don't know, way that we've evolved, that we have this need to overpower. Maybe it's evolutionary in nature. I don't know. I'm not an evolutionary scientist. I've read a few things, but I mean, I don't know anything. I just don't get it. Why? We have to, I don't know, maybe it's a human thing. So I would like to tell you, I watched Bernie's thing, and the reason I'm bringing him up is because he just, said he was going to start running, and I was surprised, actually. He wants somebody who's going to take on the system, somebody who has the guts to take on the system, who's going to take on the powerful special interest groups from Wall Street. This includes the drug companies, large pharmaceuticals, fossil fuels, the military industrial complex. His plan is to raise taxes for the 1%. And they are not going to take it lightly. So that means taking on the billionaires of this country and the people who uphold white supremacy. He believes that the way to get this done is not through insider stuff in Congress, but through grassroots mobilization of the people. And he doesn't want to just win. He wants to lay the foundations down for a movement and take back our government. And honestly, I'm not saying you should vote for him. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but that I agree with personally, that this government needs to be dismantled, not be nice to everybody and keep the status quo, dismantled. And I think it's got to be the people who do it. And I really do. Once again, we're at a pivotal moment in history where we can choose to follow Trump, the evil, unconscionable, inhumane sicko who basically wants to be a dictator with his nationalistic views. Really simple, nice way to say he's an inhumane, racist piece of shit. I can't stand that nationalist. No, you're a racist. You're a white supremacist. Don't make it nice. So let me see. Oh, kitchen politics. You are bummed because they banned you for 30 days. What did you do? No, I'm just kidding. Probably nothing. I know. They banned you for 30 days. Please visit, comment, like, and share. Oh yeah, go to Kitchen Politics. It's a great group and great people who do it. And I go there all the time. Good job. And I'm very sorry you got banned. Lisa, tribal need. I think it may be evolutionary and subconscious, also institutionalization of norms. Thank you, Lisa. Awesome. I love it. Yeah, that's a really, really good point. There's something, There's something about the hate and the conquering and I don't get it. I don't get it. So I have a question. My question is, do you want to talk a little bit about Trump and his little fabricated state of emergency? Or we could talk about his fabricated state of emergency. We could talk about him kind of getting a little desperate by interfering with some of the cases that are going on. Or we could talk about this crazy KKK editorial or maybe we can do it all. I will start and you guys jump in anytime, anywhere. Kitchen politics. There's a Facebook community page. There's a Facebook group too. The community page is more active. Thanks, y'all. And are you taking off kitchen politics? Because if so, I want to thank you profusely for being here. Kitchen politics, yes. Fabricated state of emergency is desperate. He knows it's a campaign promise he can't fulfill. And you know what? He's setting some dangerous precedents. And I love that the states are all suing him. I've never disliked somebody more in my life. Oh, you're going to be here till the end. Thank you. Sweet. So let's talk a little bit about that. Jump right in. I'll try to go quickly and you can tell me whether it's, you're not into it. Trump has fabricated a state of emergency. And from all appearances, the sense of urgency is just not there. Just not there. He really does seem to be taking this ongoing invasion of brown people. He doesn't seem to be taking it too hard. At least not hard enough to interfere with his golf game. The truth is, we're at a 49-year low for immigrants seeking asylum. Additionally, Trump himself is the sicko who caused this humanitarian. He caused it. He caused this humanitarian crisis. He alone was the only person to rip children out of their parents' arms and place them in substandard child prisons. Losing kids. I mean, it's disgusting. And then instead of reuniting those children with their broken-hearted parents, he allows Betsy DeVos to use her for-profit Christian family, basically adoption mill, to force kidnapped children, take them away from their loving parents, and then adopt them out. And I'm sorry, anyone who adopts those kids, that's disgusting. He has to be stopped. These kids and these parents, that is, people who know me know why it's extremely upsetting to me. I mean, it should be to everybody. Let me get some questions in here. They're just, where are we? Kitchen politics. No, I'll be right. Okay, got that. Mentoring 42. Those are the distractions to keep the investigations out of the public attention. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yeah, he is basically torturing living humans to keep what a con. He's an evil con man. Kitchen politics. He's acting like a dictator and it will backfire big time. His approval rating is 36% and dipping weekly. F Trump. Oh, you got caught for that, but I don't know what this policy is for swearing, but yeah, he's an unconscionable psychopath. No comment. But if you have stuff to say, jump right in. If you're out there and you haven't said anything, don't be shy, okay? Just jump in. And Lisa, my group of people feel that Donald Trump is going to get another term and that Mueller has nothing on him. Yeah. I know I'm afraid that too. I don't know. I think Trump thinks they have something on him because he had asked he was inquiring about pardoning, and he's inquiring how he can, so he knows there's something, because otherwise, I mean, the way I look at it is you're innocent You know they have nothing on you. I mean, you can be scared they'll fabricate something, but that man is not innocent. He, honestly, it's surreal how many horrible things he's done. It's just, yeah, but I know I'm afraid that too. I absolutely get that, Lisa. Neil, Trump's state of emergency is his ego to try and show the American people that he's going to do whatever he wants because he's involved in so many issues that could destroy his presidency. Well, you know what? Also, I think it's the distraction too. Don, hi, yay! Thanks for being here. I think it's. I don't want to say what I personally think. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't even care if he gets punished. I want him out of our lives. He is a destructive, hateful, sick force of cruelty and inhumanity. So, I have stuff too. So, and the constitutional overreach, the precedent he's setting, I'm thrilled that California and the 15 other states are suing his ass. And it's really bad. I hope they use his own words against him. He was saying he doesn't really have to be doing this. And I hope, you guys, this man is so horrific. They have to be getting him for something. I don't know, but I don't think this country can take him for, I can't believe we've taken him this long, to be honest. So I wanted to get into why is this declaration such a big deal if it's not going to be passed? And I'll do that. But first, and what it is that Trump by doing this, it's unprecedented. And I don't know, some believe, I'm not an attorney, it's a constitutional crisis because he's really pushing the balance of power of things he can do. Now, I'll shut up and take some questions and take some comments. And maybe I will learn. Let me see. Trump is not a master negotiator. He's a master distractor. Yeah, that's for sure. Mentoring 42, absolutely. He is a professional con person. I think he's conned himself. He probably believes. Don, yes, Whitaker lied. What a surprise, big time, and told Congress that he never discussed the Mueller investigation with Trump when he not only discussed it, but they schemed to shut it down. Absolutely. Absolutely, Don. And it's, when I heard that today or yesterday or whenever, I can't remember when I heard it. It might have been today. I actually did a fist pump. Okay. I am not the fist pump kind of person. I was like, yes, he has to leave. Both guilty of obstruction and Whitaker guilty of lying to Congress. The criminal activity of this administration is off the charts. Don, you are amazing. Abso-stinking-lutely. It's unbelievable. And so many people have normalized it. It's like, how can you normalize? This is, I don't know why I can't. Everything he does, I'm still shocked. I'm blown away. I'm disgusted. Nothing's normalizing it. I'm glad. Let me see. Lisa, DeVos donated part of her salary to Black colleges and 6 other groups. Yeah, she is, I could say things about her. Yeah, she's just, I think she's a phony and a fake. That's just and a racist through and through. That's just my personal opinion. And what she's doing to those kids in her Christian adoption mill is beyond. This is all just insanity. But thank you I did not know that. Don, this is not the behavior of someone who thinks that Mueller has nothing. Exactly. That's it. Exactly. He thinks they have something. He definitely does, because he's starting to push and do things. He was asking the attorneys, I can't remember who, I have it written down, about pardons and how that works. So yeah, no, he knows he's a very, very bad man, on some level at least. But yeah, great point, Don. Katrina, true. I feel like climate change should be a state of emergency, but it seems like history is repeating itself with Trump's views of a state of emergency. Katrina, absolutely. How about the way we shoot people in America? That's a state of emergency. Climate, we have 12 years until we're completely, I mean, right now, there are so many countries who are dealing with the climate change and suffering terribly. It's already happening, and yet we have this denier. He just denies science. And I could go on and on. Be careful about what you eat, because he's allowing things through that are poisons. Other nations, like 50 other nations, ban it, but he wants it to come through. He's off his rocker. He's just, but yes, very good point. Great points. Everybody, you are amazing. Climate change is huge, and he pretends it doesn't exist. Let me see. Lost my spot again. Kitchen politics. Seeing the GOP govern is like watching, I'm not going to say, it's like watching unicorns fart rainbows. Weird yet intriguing. Nothing really gets accomplished because Trump and Republicans are out of their depth and league. Honestly, I think Trump ran on a platform that was crystal clear to me. He wanted to further harm, further marginalize, and further oppress every single group that has been historically marginalized in this country, and some that aren't in this country. He was crystal clear, and I believed him. I believed every word of it. A lot of white folks were saying, oh, he's not really going to do that, and all that. After what he did to the Central Park Five and his sick, I believed him, and he's doing it. Mentoring 42. Unfortunately, Trump will win because the dirty Democrats are serving only platitudes, and they are against the ones that will fight for the people. Yeah, I've really seen in the last couple of years, my eyes have opened up to the Democrats as well. I'm afraid thinking the same thing. Mentoring 42. That's what I'm thinking. Kitchen politics. Southern New York Attorney Office will get him. And and Beavis and Butthead. Can I please say? I hope so. It has to happen. Lisa, show with Dave and Lori. I hope you're right. Yeah, we all hope you're right. Boy. Oh, hello, Cookie 217. I enjoy your channel and support your fight against racism. Thank you so much. God, thank you. It's awesome. I'm so happy you said something. Katrina. Trump supports surrounds himself with people who have tried to mastermind bending the law. Yeah, Katrina, this is the crazy thing. That is a great point. He doesn't go by the spirit of the law. It's like some of these laws seem to be written with the idea in mind that there's going to be a good person in office that actually cares about the people. He's not a good person. He's morally bankrupt. I mean, that's like a nice way to put it. And he doesn't care about the people. He cares about himself and his money. And some of these laws, I don't think our checks and balances are good enough, because if the person gets in like he did and doesn't care and is all about himself, they don't have to follow the spirit of the laws. So he is circumventing, he's doing crazy things, and he's kind of getting away with it. So I absolutely agree. Let me see. Don, Trump just launched a climate change investigation that he has already dictated that the conclusion is supposed to be the opposite, which is what his financial backers, he must be saying more because it stopped right there, want. Let me just read that one more time. Trump just launched a climate change investigation. Did he really? That he has already dictated that the conclusion is supposed to be, yeah. See, here's the thing. When this all happened, when he came in, I mean, he's taken out science right away. He's trying to take science out of the equation. So, in other words, research, social science research, because he doesn't believe in science. He doesn't believe in social science research either. And what he's been doing is, this is just the craziest thing I've ever heard, but I read about it. And tell me what you guys think. I mean, what can you say? It's crazy. He has taken he's trying to create laws that don't allow research to be introduced as evidence for something. He's against science. I mean, it's insane. But yeah, I did not know that. I'm going to be looking that up, Don. Thanks. Kitchen Politics, exactly, Don. His time is expiring. Hi, GJM. Good evening. Thank you for being here. So jazzed to see you. So Trump and I'm just thrilled that people are here. Trump is going into some really unprecedented territory. He's getting sued left and right. He's probably used to that. Many people believe that Trump's going to faces legal precedent set by the Truman administration. Tell me what you think of this. This is something I learned, that he's not going to be able to do it because in the Truman administration, when Truman tried to nationalize the steel industry during the Korean War, and the Supreme Court ruled against him in his attempt to do this because they said that they said something like this. This is what they said, and I'm not an attorney, but I'm kind of paraphrasing, so stick with me. They said that the president's authority is at its lowest. This is what the Supreme Court, at its lowest if Congress has prohibited it. So I heard an attorney talking and going on and on, and it was kind of interesting. So Congress has obviously refused to give Trump the money for his wall so he can keep his promise and be the racist bastard that he is. So some attorneys are saying that this is a refusal and that will count. And I don't know if any of you guys went to the marches. And again, I'm not anti-march. I'm pro-education. Marching is lovely, but you have to be marching for everybody, not just your little white self. No offense intended, and that's a lot of the marches are the people don't know a thing. I mean, don't get me started. So it's important to understand that the reason this is so important, despite the fact that a lot of people are positive that he's not going to get to do this, is because he gets some 136 powers that would normally not be his. About 13 of those 136 would have to go through Congress, but some don't. So this is really, really pushing unchecked power. And oh God, it couldn't be for a worse person who it's really scary. And again, the normal emergencies that people do this for are not fake emergencies. So, I mean, he could seize property. He could assign military forces abroad. He could institute martial law. He could restrict travel. And there's a ton of ways he could do some really bad things. And obviously, I'm not trying to be the soothsayer of doom, but nobody wants to see this kind of thing. I don't know what lawyers consider a constitutional crisis, but I'm thinking, I'm just a layperson. I know nothing, but I'm thinking, yeah. GJM, what he's doing is taking monies from defense contracts set aside for military construction to get approximately thank you for that, $8 billion for the wall or slate fence. He is off his rocker. Absolutely. Thank you for that. I think he wants like a monument, and I think, you know what I think. But yep, he's unbelievable is what he is. He is unbelievable. Kitchen Politics. After winning $15 an hour, New York fast food workers are now fighting unfair firings. Miss Frances Gomez in Queens, Taco Bell, back at her delivery. Oh, okay. Dang, I'm not reading that. Kitchen Politics 1, 2, 3. I'm too proper. But thank you. Is that breaking news, or is that something you want to discuss? Because tell us more. Tell us more. That's awful. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. Lisa, that sounds about right regarding presidential power. He has a chance for a power grab. Probably thought he would still have the Republican Congress right now. Yep. Very good point. He probably did. I mean, This is a guy who's one of his ex-wives said in an interview that's now been taken away that on the mantle, on the bedstand, his favorite book was Hitler's, not Mein Kampf, not the, it was a book of war strategies. I mean, this guy's the real thing. He's a white supremacist. He's yeah. Yes, ma'am, he is. Okay. And 2 more years. Instead, he has to do this now going into, I know, Lisa, it's unbelievable. Yep. Katrina, how can Trump try to ban science from being used as evidence? Trump tries to prove he's right till the point he will try to turn reality into a fallacy. Yeah. He's like, I don't know if this is what you're saying, Katrina, but like the man is delusional. Okay. He's delusional. He truly believes, this is the arrogance we're talking about. Say 98% of the world's foremost scientists in the world believe that climate change is being caused by, I mean, these statistics, he believes he knows more. That level of arrogance is, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. And he surrounds himself with people who say yes to him. Yes. They say yes to him. It's, it's kind of funny. And he picks and chooses the science that he believes in. Because let me tell you, when he got his physical, I mean, he's ridiculous. He said, I'm the healthiest person, whatever. He went to a doctor. Why go to a doctor if you don't believe in science? He's full of it. He's just, I can't even argue it. It's like embarrassing to try to, but yeah. Let me see. Yeah. How can he ban science? Kitchen talk, politics. Sexual harassment in the workplace. How can we stop this? The Me Too movement getting an unfair backlash. Really? I did not know that. I believe it. Part of the problem is the people who are in charge, they do not want to give up their power. White men, they don't want to give up their power. And the wealthy white people do not want to give up their racism. And these people this is like a thing. They've been doing it for a really long time. And I think it's going to get really ugly. I mean, uglier. I think it's going to be taken to a whole new level. I'm scared for our nation. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm all for the checks and balances. But this has gone too far. This is too much. This is just too much. Lisa, I gotta check out kids. Oh, you gotta check it out. Okay. See you in Facebook, Kim and Kitchen Politics. Thank you, Lisa. You are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I am so jazzed that you found it. I don't know how you did, but love it. You're an amazing part of this live show. So I'll see you out there. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to jump into this, the editorial that this person writes this editorial about the Ku Klux Klan and about encouraging them to go lynch people. It's something you'd see from like 1919. Maybe you'd expect that, but no, it's here, 2019. A few days ago, this small town, and tell me what you guys think of this. And if you know more, tell me. This small town Alabama newspaper editor publishes this disgusting, terrifying thing, trying to get them to ride in the night. Ride in the night? I mean, my God. He wants to get the rope and clean up DC? When asked if he recognized the Klan as a white supremacist group, this publisher dared. This guy's got some gall to compare it to the NAACP. What? I don't even get it. he said the Klan wasn't violent until it needed to be. No, the Klan is a bunch of sick terrorists. I don't know what to say. What do you guys, I mean, what can you say? The guy's a sicko, and they're still going to be here when Trump leaves. That's the problem. They're still going to be here when he leaves. So it's no secret, like kitchen politics, like you were saying, it's no secret that the number of hate groups active in the United States has been rising to the highest levels in 2 decades. And according to this, the survey from the Southern Poverty Law Center, I mean, I don't know if it's their last hurrah, but whatever it is, it's terrifying, really terrifying. So let me see if there's any more questions. And maybe I will quickly, looks like people want to go to sleep, which I absolutely understand. I'm thrilled for people who are still watching. President Trump, I saw today, and tell me what you guys, if you guys saw this, he's interfering with the Cohen. He's basically interfered with the Cohen investigation, according to the New York Times, and that's kind of breaking story. And they reported that the president spoke with the acting Attorney General, Matt Whitaker, about getting the U.S. Attorney of the Southern District of New York to unrecuse himself for the investigation. So he, like Don said, he's definitely scared of something. This would be interfering with the investigation. I don't know the legal ramifications, but he's scared of something. Apparently, he doesn't have the power to do that. So, I mean, he wasn't doing it. According to the New York Times, Trump's lawyers also communicated with Manafort and Flynn's lawyer to talk about a pardon for himself. So that was something I wanted to hear, because that means, you know, I hate to even say it, but you don't have to get pardoned if you didn't do anything wrong. So he's got to know. This is just taking way too long. But Don, why is there so much hanging noose imagery in politics, Kentucky, universities, fire departments, police? If the homeless person is Black, just shoot them. TJ Maxx clothing. Yeah, I know that question's not for me because I have no idea, but Trump's really brought out the truth. You know, he's really brought out the truth. Yeah, the TJ Maxx, what's up with hanging and the ropes? What the hell? I don't get it. Yeah, it's like, you're right. There has been kind of like this noose imagery rampage, and also a GM Motors company, an ongoing case. I mean, they terrorized the people there. I saw the interviews during Black History Month. Yeah, it's like, what a slap in the face. I mean, these people are sick. I don't have answers, but all I know is it's got to stop. And God forbid white people educate themselves. It is way past time. Yeah, I don't know if they think that's some sort of funny thing to do, or it's sick, Don. I know. And you're absolutely right. There's this pattern, and it's just unbelievable. Kitchen politics. America is broker than a tooth fairy in a meth house. Oh my God. I get it. Okay. 22 trillion debt rising. Republicans are not financially responsible and should never be taken seriously about being fiscally responsible ever again. How about this? Kitchen politics. How about not being responsible for anything? They don't want women to have control over their own bodies, but they refuse to take care of the people who are here. It's just completely corrupt, the whole thing. It's disgusting. And yeah, but very, very good. And yeah, Don, I'm thinking, like, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's desperation. I don't know if it's having Trump too long. These people are unbelievable. But you know what I did want to do before we wrap it up is, you know, we're always talking about these crisis, the crisis that Trump made up. Well, I want to talk for just a second about a real crisis right here in our own country. And no, it's not Trump, although he is absolutely a crisis. Absolutely, he's a crisis. It's not the gun deaths and mass shootings. Those are crises, all right. But I don't know if you guys heard this, but there has been an 840, I saw this and I read a bunch of articles. I know Neil did too, and some of my other friends did. 846% increase in reports of child sex trafficking in the United States. In the United States. Making it the fastest growing crime. And between 2010 and 2015, and then there's some breaking news discovering that 60 or more % of the human trafficking that goes on inside this country has some sort of relationship with the American foster care system. We literally are failing our children and allowing them to be raped and tormented. A foster care child, you cannot think of a child in this nation who is more vulnerable and who should get more care. They have no one. 60 to 80%. And in Texas, it's state to state, the statistics vary so greatly. I read in Texas, it was reported that 88% of the kids forced into human trafficking inside the United States had a foster care relationship of sorts. We have some serious issues. And Trump claims the wall will stop all this? I don't get it. How can it stop it when it's our own citizens doing this? So I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I'll take some more questions and I'm going to probably wrap it up. But kitchen politics. I prefer a time in America when president and the village idiot were two different people. Good one. Done. Who's this Southern politician that wants the Klan to go to Washington to clear out the liberals and minorities? Was that a politician or was that, I'm not sure. Does anybody want to jump in? I'm confusing that with the guy who basically wants the Klan to, he's an editor of the paper or something. But yeah, I'm not sure. Is that the same person or am I messing up my, had so many stories today. And also, did anyone hear about Kaepernick settling with the football people? Did anyone hear about that? Because I heard that as well. I mean, there's a ton of breaking news. I wanted to tell you, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody, unless there's more comments, which I will be happy to read. I so appreciate you being here and talking, and I want this to set an example to the white folks who need to learn to support their brothers and sisters who are Black, Indigenous, African American, brown. We can talk about this stuff. It doesn't kill anybody. Not talking about it is what's killing people. Talking about it and getting comfortable talking about real racial issues in an open, heterogeneous setting. There's nothing better. This is what we can do. We can do this and we can all get it. So, yeah, it was the kitchen politics. It was the editor of the Democratic Reporter on Valentine's Day in Linden, Alabama. Thank you, kitchen politics. Okay. Katrina, that's sad. I do feel like the government turns their head to child trafficking only because our government has its hand in child trafficking as well. I did hear about Kaepernick. Good for him. I can't wait to read. Thank you, Katrina. I appreciate you. I can't wait to read about like what he did. And I think Kaepernick's a modern day hero in my mind. And I made a really funny video At 3 in the morning, I got caffeinated coffee instead of like non-caffeinated. So I was up. I read about it. I didn't even know who he was. And I was like, I'm in love. I made this like crazy video. Of course, I put it up because I'm like, whatever. I was like, I'm in love with another man. It's Kaepernick. Because, oh, God, I would do that. That is like a dream to have an audience like that. What he did was, oh, okay. Don, Cap settled, but they put a gag on the settlement so they can't talk about, oh, I hate when they do that. However, he basically won because they paid him 60 to 80 million to be quiet about their collusion against him. God damn. Sorry for religious people. Wow. Kitchen politics. What a jerk. Katrina, get some rest and thank you so much for being here. I love it. You're wonderful. Thank you so much. It was thrilling to have you, and thanks for all that you added to the show. And I should probably get to bed myself. This is just, tonight's been wonderful. Wouldn't it be poetic justice if we if they went to the, I'm not sure what the whole thing was about. I have to read about it, but he's doing the right thing is never the easy thing. He did an amazing thing, and he's doing an amazing thing, and I have nothing but total respect. My life would be complete if I could do something like that. Literally, I'd be like, kill me now. My life's complete. But anyway, I am going to thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm here to beg you, get your friends to, if you support and believe that it is way past time for white Americans to step up to the plate. They might have been, we were born into this, but it doesn't mean we do nothing. It doesn't mean we ignore what's before our very eyes. Like I always say, it's like a person drowning in a pool. And you walking by because you didn't build the pool? Or because you didn't shove them in? What's wrong with white people? I don't understand. So I can't thank you enough for being here. Neil, don't forget to Don't forget to subscribe to Kim's YouTube site and tell your friends to do the same and take the time to watch her live show. Oh, thank you, Neil. Neil, you are an incredible support to me. And I wish I could just kiss every last one of you, chase you down, and you're like, no. Thank you so much. And no, don't go. Please stay enjoying tonight. Oh, you're so sweet, Kitchen Politics. I think I have to find out. We're on winter break. I think I have to find out where my child is in the house because I hear snoring behind me. So that means she's somewhere alone. Don, speaking of New England Patriots, they hired Greg, can't pronounce that, Schiano to replace their African-American defense coordinator who went to be the head coach of the Dolphins. Oh, is that recent? Interesting. I did not know that. Well, thank you guys so much. And I love the support. And it's really, really a tough thing. But Shannon has a horrible reputation with black athletes. Really? Interesting. Yeah, that's a whole nother, boy, the whole football thing. And yeah, I have serious issues with all that. And that's a whole nother live show. But anyway, thank you guys. I will finally shut up. I appreciate everything. Don't be a stranger. I take a while to get back to people, but I will get back to you. And everybody who's here still that I can see, Don and Kitchen Politics, and it's hard to say because I know there's some quiet people, which is totally fine. Don't be a stranger. Write to me and tell me what you think. I want to learn, and I want to know what you think. It matters to me. So don't be shy of me. I'm just me. I'm just kind of just me. So good night, everybody, and thank you very, very much. This means the world to me. I will see you hopefully next Wednesday or somewhere in internet land. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, you guys keep talking. Good night. Thanks, everybody.